Hello, this is Ritvi from Weam. Let me show you an AI use case that can be a real eye opener for franchisee and multi location businesses. The same customer can call two locations with the exact same question and receive two completely different experiences. One location may understand what the customer needs, recommend the right service, explain the offer clearly, and help them book. Another location may give the wrong information and end the call without any clear next step. This is exactly what an AI voice mystery shopper is designed to uncover. It can call different locations with the same inquiry, review each conversation, and show where the customer experience is strong and where opportunities are being missed. This is a franchisee plus AI. It gives the operations teams one place to see how customer calls are being handled across all locations. From the dashboard, we can see the overall voice experience score, how many calls were answered, whether the information shared was accurate, how quickly calls were picked up, whether the customer was given a clear booking next step, and whether missed calls were returned. So the overall numbers may look fine at first, but they can hide major differences between individual locations. This section shows where customer opportunities start being lost. A location may answer the phone, but that does not always mean that the call was handled well. The employee may misunderstand the customer, recommend the wrong service, given an outdated price, miss any active offer, or even finish the call without, asking for the booking. So the system is not only checking whether someone answered, it is checking whether the conversation was actually helpful and moved the customer forward. Here, every location is ranked based on its call performance. Austin downtown is one of the strongest locations with a score of 96. But when we move further down the list, locations like Miami, Phoenix, and Dallas need attention. Dallas Uptown is one of the lowest performing locations. Instead of stopping at the score, let us let's run a fresh audit and see exactly why one locations perform better than another. So I'm going to start a new mystery shopping audit now. The first step is choosing exactly what we want to test. For this audit, we want to check whether each location understands the customer needs, recommend the right service, and gives the accurate pricing, and also mentions the active offers, even speak professionally and gives the customer a clear way to book. Now, we are going to create the customer scenario. Emma is a new customer who has had a stressful week and wants to book a relaxing massage on Saturday. She's not sure which treatment is right for her, so she asks the location for a recommendation, the price, Saturday availability, and any current offer. Every location receives the same inquiry, which makes the comparison fair and consistent. So before the call begins, we set the correct information the locations should provide. For this customer, the best recommendation is a 60-minute Swedish massage. The price is $89 and new guests receive a $15 off. So there's no weekend surcharge, no booking deposit, and the cancellation policy requires 24 hours notice. The system uses this information to check the accuracy of every call. Next, I'll choose a location we want to test. For this audit, I'm selecting 10 locations across different regions. The same process could also be used for low performing locations, newly opened locations, or branches that have not been reviewed recently. For this audit, I'm choosing an AI voice call. Phone calls are especially useful for this type of mystery shopping because many franchisee locations have their own local phone numbers. So the same idea can work with social messages or SMS, chats, email, or even contact forms when those channels are managed by the individual locations. So here we can control how AI mystery shopper behaves during the call. Emma will sound friendly and conversational, but slightly uncertain because she genuinely needs help choosing the right service. We can also check what happens when a call is not answered, whether the location calls back or how long the customer stays on hold and how professionally the conversation is handled. So this section sets the standard for a good customer call. The employee should clearly name the location, introduce themselves, ask a few questions, and understand what the customer needs before making a recommendation. They should then explain the right service, give the correct price and offer, check availability properly, and guide the customer towards the booking. The system also looks for problems such as a weak greeting, guessing availability, sharing the wrong price, or even ending the call without an next step. So each call is scored across the areas that matters the most. Information accuracy carries the highest weight here. We also score how well the employee understands the customer, whether the recommendations that they have given make sense, and how clearly they guide the booking and the tone of the call, offer accuracy or the answer time, objection handling, and the way the call is closed. So the scoring model can be adjusted depending on what the business wants to prioritize. Before starting, we confirm that this is a truly location level audit. So each selected location should have its own public phone number and the call should be handled by the local team. If every call is answered by one central team, then that central team should be tested as a single operation instead of comparing the locations separately. Everything is now ready. We are now testing 10 locations with the same customer inquiry and the same scoring rules. So that means that every location is being judged fairly against the same service, pricing, offer, and customer experience standards. The audit is now running. The AI caller is contacting each location using the same customer scenario. As the call happens, the system tracks whether they are answered, how long the customer waits, what the employee says, and whether the call ends with a clear booking opportunity. So the results are already starting to come in, right? So Austin downtown answered after 2 rings and handled the inquiry well. Dallas answered quickly too, but the system has picked up a possible mismatch in the recommendation. Miami has placed the customer on hold. Chicago gave the right recommendation but appears to have missed the offer. Yes, and then Phoenix did not answer, so the system is now checking whether anyone returns the missed call. Let us see one of the stronger calls. Notice how the employee does not immediately recommend a service. They first ask what the customer is looking for, then suggest the Swedish massage, explain why it is suitable, provide the correct price, mention the offer, and ask what time the customer would prefer. The audit is now complete. 10 calls were attempted and 9 were answered. The conversation have been received and the issues have been identified, and every location now has a score. The overall voice experience score is 73 out of 100. The average answer time is 18 seconds and information accuracy came out in 78%, but only 60% of location gave the customer a proper booking next step. And the missed calls were never returned. So this funnel makes the missed opportunity very easy to see. We started with 10 calls, 9 were answered, 8 employees understood the customer correctly, and 7 gave the right recommendation. Only 6 mentioned the offer and just 4 actively moved the customer towards the booking. So even when the phone is answered, the opportunity can still be lost at several points in the conversation. Here are the biggest issues the audit found. Phoenix did not answer and never returned the call. 2 locations recommended the wrong service. 4 missed the first time guest offer. 3 gave information but never asked the customers to choose an appointment time. Miami kept the caller on hold for like 92 seconds. And several locations did not even use a clear professional greeting. Now we can compare every location side by side. Austin scored 96 and delivered a strong experience. Dallas scored only 42. What is interesting is that Dallas answered quickly, so speed was not the problem. The real issue was the quality of the conversation, and this is the Dallas Uptown call. It was answered within 12 seconds and lasted just under 3 minutes, but the employee did not state the location name, did not even introduce themselves, only partly understood what the customer wanted and finished the call without helping them move towards the booking. So the call timeline shows exactly where the problems happened. The greeting was incomplete. The the greeting was incomplete and the employee made a recommendation before asking enough questions. Later, the wrong service was suggested, the active offer was missed, and availability was not properly checked, and the call ended without any booking progress. A manager can jump straight to this moments instead of listening to the whole call. The customer is very clear that she wants relaxation, but the employee recommends a deep tissue massage simply because it's popular. Even after Emma explains that she has no pain or muscle tension, the recommendation does not change. The employee then gives $99 deep tissue price, does not know about the first time guest offer, and says Saturday is probably available instead of actually checking it. So the system breaks the call down into clear, specific issues. The location was not identified. The employee did not introduce themselves. They did not even ask enough questions. The recommendation did not match the customer needs. The offer was missed. Availability was not confirmed. And the call ended without a useful next step. Now, let us compare that with Austin. Austin starts by naming the location and introducing the employee. Before recommending anything, the employee asks whether the customer wants relaxation or a pain relief. Once the need is clear, they recommended the Swedish massage, explain why it fits, share the correct price and offer, and ask what time of day the customer prefers. It is the same inquiry, but the experience is completely different. And these are not just small conversation mistakes. Wrong recommendation can reduce the trust. Inconsistent pricing can create confusions. Missing an offer can even cost a booking, and not checking availability will add a friction in the end. And ending the call without asking for an appointment means a high intent customer can simply walk away from here. So the useful part is that the system does not just point out the problem, it creates a coaching plan also based on what this location actually needs. So here you can see for Dallas that includes better phone greetings, strong discovery questions, service and pricing knowledge, promotion awareness, booking guidance, and a more professional close. So each location gets focused coaching instead of the same generic training. Once the team has completed the coaching, the location can be tested again. Using the same scenario makes it easy to see whether the call experience is genuinely improved. That creates a simple cycle: audit, identify the issue, coach the team, and test again. The coaching dashboard gives the operation team a clear view of what each location needs. Dallas is a high priority. Phoenix needs supports with missed calls and callbacks. Miami needs help with hold time and availability handling. Each plan is based on the actual behavior found during the calls. The brand standard section is the source of truth for the whole network. It includes approved services, prices, offers, policies, phone greetings, and booking guidances. So whenever something changes, the business can update it here and then check whether every location is sharing the latest information or not. All these issues found across the network are organized in one place. The team can filter by location, regions, severity, or issue type. For example, they can quickly find the location giving the wrong price, missing an offer, or failing to return the calls. The report can then be shared with leadership, regional managers, franchisee owners, or training teams. So this type of mystery shopping is especially useful for businesses where customer calls individual locations to ask questions or make bookings. So that could include salons, spas, fitness centers, home service franchisees, automotive businesses, pet care locations, education centers, or even hospitality brands, and many other service booking businesses. So it is most valuable when local teams answer their own calls and brand wants a consistent customer experience everywhere. So at Weam, we help franchisee and multi-location businesses find practical ways to use AI across their operations. That can include AI voice agent, customer support automations, lead routing, location level quality audits, franchisee knowledge assistance, marketing workflows, reporting automations, and even custom AI applications. The focus is always on solving a real business problem and not adding AI just for the sake of it. So if you are exploring AI for your franchisee or multi-location businesses and are not sure where to begin, schedule a call with Weam. We can look at your current processes and identify the best opportunities and help you plan and build the right solution for your business. You will find the link in the description, and for more practical AI use cases for franchisee and multi-location businesses, subscribe to the channel.